Hey Alicia, these look really nice. They're quite creative. Let's see what you have here. Um, this one's really interesting. I also like this one. I just really like the way that these petals are looking. And your scans are excellent, and you labeled everything really clearly. So be sure to save these sketches because you will need some sketches for your portfolio eventually. And clients do like to see examples of projects going from sketches to completion, which you'll do in this class. So just a few notes and observations. Okay, every part of the caricature needs to be made with, if you're doing the garden objects, so you can't use human kind of features like eyes and mouths and stuff like that. It's also good to get away from that anyway. Even like here, you don't even really need eyes. I mean, you could put like a little petal, a flower petal or something. It's just more interesting when you don't give the viewer, everything, and it's just more intriguing. And I'll show you an example in a second. Like this one's really cool. I don't even think that, I don't think these are necessary. And again, it doesn't need to be symmetrical. That's another thing that I try to point out. Students tend to, approach sketches in terms of just this head-on one-point perspective and also symmetrical. So I was just going to show you a couple examples of past student work. Let me go up to the top. So see how there's three sides of this printer, and this is what I mean by more than one point perspective. One point perspective is just that straight on where you just see one side. So we're seeing three sides. So this is actually 3-point. The text isn't very good. These are finals, but again, I just wanted to show you. And here's a really great garden piece. Notice what they used for the so-called head. It doesn't have to have eyes, and it doesn't have to be smiling and all that kind of stuff. Note how they used perspective with the smaller arm, so to speak. And again, this is a final, so I mean, she did a lot of really hard work to get the text and all this stuff together. Here's another example. The text didn't come out very good, but again, bigger leaf in the front, smaller in the back. And again, really nice two sides here. Whoops, here too. Even though it's pretty flat object, the wheel in the back is smaller, which, gives it a real sense of depth. Here's another one. She worked really pretty hard on this one too, even though it's kind of, I don't know. Yeah, but I mean, I think it worked. There's another one, and here's another one. Again, we're going to be doing backgrounds later. They're pretty difficult. And again, here's another really great example of, like showing different sides, and again, look at all the variety. He definitely chose way more than 5 objects, which is something I really suggest that for next week, you try to get five more than 5, because it really does help. And I do a little video about how to find objects and cite them on Google. And again, I'm just showing you a couple more pieces of what, and again, look at the variety and how these really work together. But again, this took the whole class to get to something like this. Okay, so anyway, I just wanted to show you, again, see the 1-point perspective, head on flat. It looks pretty flat. It's a cute caricature and all, but again, if they would have showed a little bit more angles, it would have just had more depth, and the background and text really didn't work out that well. So, but anyway, really good job for this week, though. Your sketches are really clean and really really viewable, all labeled correctly, and so on. So if I were to choose design, I think this one's really interesting, but again, you're kind of choosing the cliche look of a flower. I mean, flowers kind of don't really look like that, as you probably know. Back up to, this top one here. You know what I mean? They don't really, they don't look like the kind of comic version, but this one's really exciting. And I would suggest don't worry about having very symmetrical. And I also think this one's really interesting. But you may want to think of combining different parts too. I like this water hose idea. The only one that doesn't interest me that much is this, because it looks like I've seen it before. Mushroom figures are pretty common, right, in so many different cartoons and so on. So anyway, hope this helps, and nice job, and I will see you in week 2, but you're done early, huh? You have the whole weekend off now. You know, I mean, you can revise if you want, but you really don't need to. I think you've done fine for this week, so good job.